Now, when you hear the word cigar, which country's name pops up in your mind? No prizes for guessing it's Cuba. In many ways, Cuba is in fact the mother nation of great cigars. The very first cigar factory in Cuba was set up way back in 1542. And for more than 4 centuries, Cuban cigars were the thing. Now, Cuban cigars are renowned for their quality and have for long been associated with power, money and prestige. The cigars have been a strong part of our popular culture. There's a certain mystique that is associated with cigars, an image that has also rubbed off on the nation of Cuba as well. But the reason why we're talking about cigars tonight is because Cuba has been dethroned as the cigar capital of the world, both in terms of sheer numbers and also in terms of manufacturing, the finest quality of cigars. Cuba has now been left behind by its near neighbour, the Dominican Republic. Consider this, for the year 2022, Habanos SA, the Havana-based company that oversees the all-Cuban cigar sales, reported revenues to the tune of $545 million. This was a 2% increase in comparison with the 2021 revenues, while the Dominican Republic exported cigars to the tune of $1.12 billion. So what explains this difference? Now, to begin with, there has been significant increase in the production of machine-made cigars. At this moment, there are said to be nearly about 50 factories in the Dominican Republic that employ more than 120,000 people to manufacture cigars. And it's not just machine-made cigars either. Even in the case of these handmade luxury cigars, it is the Dominican Republic that has in fact surged ahead. Dominican Republic leveraged the cigar boom of the 1990s and has managed to push its nose ahead of both the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. Cuba lost its top spot not in some sudden one-off incident. It was the Cuban Revolution of 1959 that set in motion a chain of events which has now resulted in Cuba losing its advantage. The Cuban Revolution and the subsequent nationalization of the cigar manufacturing industry created a major hurdle. And then the United States, which is at this moment the biggest exporter of cigars in the world, imposed a ban on all Cuban imports, including Cuban cigars. And this ban was put way back in the year 1962. This forced many top tobacco growers and cigar exporters to move their businesses to nations that were less restrictive. The Cuba's cigar industry has been hampered by a combination of natural disasters and a loss of veteran rollers. But the principal reason why the Cuban cigar is no longer the king of the world is because the American sanctions are dictating the stuff that you puff. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.